All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are finally done with the Dracula Castle print. As you can see, I have a plethora of parts here. So this one had quite a bit of parts, a little bit more than our haunted cat, our manor did. So, I mean, and then mixed in with printer problems and everything, this took me quite a bit to finish. But now that we've kind of got everything hopefully resolved, I was able to finish the prints. And as you can see, this is a pretty beefy castle. So I am excited to get this put together for you guys. I'm excited to show you it done. So without further ado, let's get this thing assembled. And with this one, guys, being that you kind of have to, you'll see inside of here, there's pieces that you have to put in here to like interlock these. Most likely I'm going to have to glue this whole castle for the most part. I'll kind of see if there's places where I could skimp and not glue because, like I said, this also has a tower for lights that has to go on the inside. So I just want to be able to still have access in case for some reason I need to replace them or something. So yeah, let's start putting this together and see if what all I need to glue. I'll kind of walk you guys through how I'm doing it. So, and oh, here's a big bag of parts too that I printed. So as I was doing these, I kind of like did them in sections because, like I said, I was having printer issues and stuff like that. So yeah, we're just going to dump these out. I've got so many parts in here. I'm trying to figure out where everything's at. Oh, here we are. These are the little blocks. We need to assemble it. So we'll kind of just push all this stuff out of the way. There are so many little parts. We have like little windows, little lanterns. So, yeah, this one's going to be a bit of work here. So let me just kind of move everything out of the way, but keep it somewhat organized. Because as we start assembling it, you guys will see, because I've kind of sat most of this together and kind of seen what it looked like. That's how I kind of knew this was a little bit bigger than the house. And I will say, out of all of his prints, like, his prints have been spot on. I haven't really had any issues assembling them, putting them together. So I would say his prints are completely worth it. Because like I said, they can be a little bit pricey. But he does give you full detail instructions and details on how to put it together. Sorry, I had unruly dogs. So hopefully they've got it out of their system at this point. So yeah, it looks like this can only go in one way. Here, let me give you guys a better look. So this kind of sits in here like that. I tried to put it the other way, but yeah, it just doesn't work. So it clearly goes one way. And this is our light tower. So we're gonna have to go ahead and get lights put on this. So let me go ahead and take this out. Oh, there is a spot. Can you guys see it right there to run our lights through? Okay. All right, guys. So I ended up getting the same lights that I got for the mansion. Can I just tell you, I had no choice, kind of because of price reasons, and then trying to keep this whole thing affordable. This light set is like $5.99 off Amazon, but this is the one where the LEDs are like spaced, I don't know, I think they're like 1.5 inches, almost 2 inches apart. If you want LEDs that are spaced closer together, those are so much more expensive. You're talking for, I think, what is this? I think this one was a 30 feet or something like that. I don't remember exactly which one this was, but to get one like that, like a 30 feet set of lights where they're spaced closer together, I mean, you're talking probably quadruple the price. It's craziness. So what I kind of just decided to do, if we wanted to, we could like just basically pinch them closer together, which is an option, but I kind of just want to see how I want to place these lights in here, because so this is everything that it comes with. You got your remote, your lights, your plug-in, and the block for the lights. So you can actually put, 2 sets of lights on this one, and then double-sided tape. But what I thought about, because this has windows in it, I'm not sure like how I really want to run these lights. So we're kind of just gonna start putting these on and kind of see where we're at as far as the lights go. Because, I mean, in all honesty, to get probably the illumination that I want, I probably have to use this whole roll and try and make it work with this whole roll. Just because the lights are spaced so far apart. So yeah, we'll go ahead and get started and get these lights put on, guys. Oh, and this does print in 2 pieces. So you have this piece that sits up here and then this one. So we're going to go ahead and glue this piece on right here.
One eternity later.
All right, guys, I am finally done putting, I use that whole roll of lights. As you guys can see, I jam-packed that. There's all my scrap. So I really hope that I get what I want out of this one. That we get enough illumination in this castle. So, all right. Now we can finally move on to something else. So, next would be the little pillars. So these kind of go in. You see all of these. These go in and fill in these gaps right here. So we're going to go ahead and get these put in to fill in the gaps. And I gotta kind of remember which ones go where. That one definitely doesn't go there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this one. Yeah, this one goes here. So we're going to glue these in. Unfortunately, there's no choice with these. I mean, you probably could double side tape this stuff if you really wanted to, but I just feel like glue would probably be a whole lot stronger for these. So these get the little, if you look, they get these little window pieces because there's like stairs right here. So as you can see, they fit in there pretty good. Like I said, I've never had any issues with fitment on any of these pieces. When I even did his haunted house too, no issues at all. All right, then we'll move on to the next one. Which is this piece right here. Sorry guys, trying to get you a good angle on all of this. So this one is gonna take this one because it's got the little walkway piece here, and as you can see, this one sits in way deeper. Just want to make sure I've got plenty of glue on this, because sometimes there's a little, doesn't like, you got some gaps in here and it doesn't always like sit in perfectly. So I'm just trying to make sure the glue catches anywhere it can. All right, I'll move on to our last pillar piece. As you can see, that one fits in there perfectly. So this piece goes right there. Maybe, I guess we'll start assembling some of these top pieces. I like to go through and sit everything together first. Just in case there's any issues. So we're gonna go through. I believe this one sits in here. Like I said, I kind of sat this all together just roughly to see how some of the stuff was fitting, and I was happy with the fitment, so I kind of just stopped right there. We're gonna go ahead and set this one in place. And as I can tell you guys, like the detail in this, spot on, love it. Like even like how, and I'm using a 4-point nozzle, and even with that bigger nozzle, as you can see, I still get some of the really nice details in it. All right, so we've got this part, this goes on top of here, but I'm gonna go ahead and it takes these little like floor pieces. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I'm gonna glue this in now. Let me show you guys this too. Let me see if I can catch it just right. You see that? Like, this is Galaxy Black, and I love this color. I wish I could have found more places to use it on this, but it's so sparkly. I'm like, I'm definitely gonna try and figure out something I can use this on. And make, so you guys can see more of the detail of this Galaxy Black. Love it. The color is so cool looking. So we're gonna go ahead and glue this piece in, just because it'll be easier doing it here than trying to glue it when it's down there. That's what it looks like in place. Can you guys see it? That's the reason why I wanted so much light inside of here, because I feel like that's kind of where it went wrong on my house. like there wasn't enough light to where you guys could see all these little crackle details in the floor pieces. So, all right. And then I just remembered, so it comes with this piece. Let me show you guys where it goes, because I got to put it in before I start putting on the top pieces. So this goes in here, and it goes on the inside. So let me see if I can get it in there. I should have glued this in when I had it apart, and I forgot. So let's see if I can see where this goes. Good thing is I didn't glue this tower piece in yet, so I can take this out. There we go. Can you guys see him? I got it in there, and I'm not going to glue that because, in all honesty, it fits very tight, and I don't think it really needs glue. Not only that, I am not struggling with that again. So I'd say we're good. So let's go ahead and we'll turn this around. And then I'm going to glue this piece on here. I feel like this shouldn't be a problem because I can still access the lights if need be. All right, and there's that. And now his did have some different colors like he had for his print. He does prefer to use Polymaker, which is okay. I mean, Polymaker is a good filament, but they're kind of expensive. And just for cost purposes, like Polymaker's not sponsoring this. So I have to pay for it out of my pocket. So yeah, I just went with some filament that was a little bit cheaper and something that I thought would still be a good fit for all of this. So he has like a beige color for these, but I ended up doing the stone. I had this left over from the house, so I really like this lighter stone color. So I decided to use that. And then I did end up using on the windows. As you guys can see, I had tons of this clear PETG clear filament left over from the house. So I was like, I'm just going to use that again. So I ended up using this, and then I used a black and then the stone color. So I think he had like galaxy black and stuff like that. But like I said, for purposes, I just ended up making do with what I got. But I mean, I can tell you guys right now, like these colors are money. I think these colors work perfect. I mean, probably could have done this in black, the castle, but I felt like black would have been a little too much for this. So we're going to go ahead, and I think I'm going to start gluing in some of these windows too. I mean, I probably could save these for last, but I think I'm just going to glue them in now as I'm catching them. And then also too, like he had like an orange filament for this. So what I decided to do is I ended up getting a red PETG clear filament. And can I tell you, like these things turned out super cool. I wish there was a way I could like light each one individually if I really had time to dedicate to like drilling holes and all of this and then running up little LEDs. But I mean, I think this is enough to where hopefully it'll catch like the lights and still give that nice effect. And obviously I picked red because this is Dracula's castle. Why not? All right. I think I'm just going to kind of work myself around here. And then, so this is our next big piece. Ooh, can you guys see it? Here we go. That's our next big piece. And that one is going to sit up here. I believe it went in here. Oh, you know what? Let me glue this piece in first. Which one is that one? That is this piece right here. So this goes right here. We're going to actually, Dracula's tomb sits on it. So we're going to go ahead and glue him in, and then we're going to glue this in. All right, since that fits so tight too, we are not going to glue this down because this way I can get into here if I need to for the lights, because that ain't going nowhere. So what we're going to do is I'm going to just continue to focus on stuff on this side. There is so many little flyaways that I didn't catch on this. So we're going to go ahead and just start gluing in some windows and everything else that I'm catching that needs to be done on these sides. Okay, and I have to show you guys this one too. So this is the stained glass window. I did this one in the clear and then the red PETG and then black and then the stone around. But can I just show you guys how cool this came out? I mean, there's a little few pieces, just unfortunately, I think it got caught up when it was printing, but I mean, it still looks super cool. I mean, how cool is that? I feel like I could just make a huge stained glass window on the printer. Like, it's so cool. And then I'll also show you too, it takes gargoyles. So I do have a few gargoyles printed. And they're gonna go in different places of the castle. These two go here. And then we got a little lantern that goes there. So in love with this castle. It turned out so cool. But I'll give you guys a full 360 on this when it's done too, so you guys can see all the little details. Because I feel like there's so many details in this one versus the house. Like this one has so many more little things to look at. Let's turn this around. All right. And then I think we've got some things. Let's take some lantern. As I'm going around, I'm just kind of putting things in because I don't want to lose track of something and then have to find it. So it's easier to catch it as I'm turning. And then it looks like we get some more. Well, actually, I'm going to glue in. So this one takes one of these floors. Fit in there pretty tight, so probably didn't have to glue it in, but we are. All right, and then it takes a little door. You guys can see I use the stone and the clear so you can kind of catch the light through the door. see it? There we go. So, and as we look down here, that takes this piece right here. It's like a little fountain looking. There it is. You guys can see that stone filament a little bit better. It turned out super cool. So we're gonna go ahead and do this part of the castle. This goes up here on the top, and then we'll glue the flooring in because I believe this sits on top of here. Yes, like this. So we're gonna go ahead and do these two pieces up. And this has like some little separate pieces you gotta glue on. So let's go ahead and do these. Whew, that one was a hard one. They definitely make that one a tight fit. All right, and then we're gonna put our other piece on top here. And look at that, guys. All right. So we do have some more pieces still to put on. We got to put on this tower piece. So. Is there a notch in there? Maybe it was the other one. I think maybe it goes on this one. This piece goes on the very top, but we got to glue a gargoyle and some lanterns on it. So let's do that. First. Okay, guys, we are done. I'll give you guys a full 360 around it. I did end up with some extra pieces, not quite sure, but this one, I knew why I ended up with it because this is by the door. Let me show you. So that's this part right here. I'm actually going to glue him down, but it goes right here. So it's like an optional type thing, but they have him standing like right in front of the door, and I don't like that. I kind of wanted to show off the door and the details, so I feel like he'd be better off like towards the side. I don't even know if he even really needs this platform either, so I'm kind of just iffy if I want to put him on or not. So I just went ahead and I glued this one down, so that's why we didn't use that piece. And this one, not sure where it went. Maybe I missed that step, but I'll have to go back and look. But I don't see anything that's missing, so I'm not quite sure. So I'll figure that one out. And this one was just an extra door. I know why that's there. And I ended up with an extra lantern. So I'm not sure if it just printed an extra, like he has an extra one in the print or not, but I'll keep looking around, but I don't see a spot where I missed a lantern either. So we'll kind of just, as we're going around, we'll see if I missed anything, but I think we're pretty much it. We're going to light this baby up and we're going to see what it looks like, guys.